Welcome to the Honey K podcast. Today we're going to be talking about body positivity, how it reveals insecurities, men who are not invited to the body positivity party, and the silhouette challenge. Now I'm going to be showing some videos in this podcast, so it'll be best to listen to it on YouTube. But if not, you're welcome to just listen. So we're going to talk about Chloe, Tamar Braxton, Lizzo, and men in relations to body positivity. So let's start with Chloe. And Chloe is Chloe Bailey from Chloe and Halle. She's a singer, if you don't know. She is a bad ASSBITCH period. She's natural, young, pretty, curvy, thick in all the right places, snatched in all the right places. Her voice is out of this world. She's vegan. She's rich. I mean, what isn't she? She's pro-black. She's everything. She's 23. She's coming into herself and her body and posting sexy photos on Instagram and videos. That's totally normal. But she's also an A-list celebrity whose fans may be younger girls who aren't at that confidence level yet, which is why she's getting some of the hate comments that she's getting. And she wasn't always this sexy in terms of like showcasing it. It's been gradually increasing over time, her sexiness in her performances, her outfits, etc. And I am here for it. She can do whatever she wants. She's grown, but it does reveal some insecurities that she has gotten over. Just take a look at this video.
And I'm really happy that I get to share that with you all. And I think it's so important and so special when a Black woman can be strong and stand in her power in every single way. You know, I do it musically, with my songwriting, with my producing. I feel so badass. And I get the same feeling when I dance in my room, when I just own who I am and my body. And for so long, I used to think I was like fat. And like I used to hate my stretch marks and my cellulite. I'm not going to cry. I think for every woman out there, don't change who you are to make society feel comfortable. And I'm telling myself that's not what I'm going to do. And even when I posted the video yesterday, I was posting it because I was saging and doing Palo Santo, and I was like, let's spread positive vibes. I didn't even really notice you all would talk about my ass because I'm like, oh, okay, I'm just walking in for 1 second, 2 seconds, you know? And I feel like I've shown my ass more than I have with that. Like if you look at our performance videos, the last performance we had in December, like I was just so excited and on stage and just being myself. So I don't know, I just felt it was important to address it so you guys get to kind of get to know who I am more inside. And it's really hard for me to think of myself as a sexual being or an attractive being, quite frankly. I think I see all the uproar about my posts and stuff, I'm a bit confused. Like I really don't understand because I've never seen myself in that way or in that light. So I take it as a huge compliment that you all even think of me as a sexual, sexy being. And you know, it's never, I don't post what I post for people to, I don't post what I post for to get attention. I don't need that. I am a very spiritual person, and I feel like during quarantine I got really close to God. So even in the lowest moments when I felt like people weren't seeing me, when people weren't paying attention to me, God was. And I've learned I don't need outside attention. So you all seeing what I'm posting is just me being me. First saw my stretch marks coming, I was like, damn it. But I was like, you know what? I'm learning to love myself. And I think seeing women like you, it just inspires even me to step more into my confidence. And I'm just happy that Black women in today's age are so fearless and we're not really like letting stuff stop us. And I think that was also a learning lesson I just had to learn too, you know? But
Well, yeah,
girl,
things and people could have stopped me, but I
yeah.
didn't let that happen. And growing up, I was always someone that I had to learn to be confident. I
Hmm.
was confident. I gained my confidence from realizing like my individuality is my greatest gift. God gave me
Yeah,
this body for a reason.
exactly.
So I choose to own it, or it's like if I can change it, let's work on it. If I can
Hmm.
accept it.
Yeah, and I see you like always in the gym.
Yeah.
And okay, so how do you like stay disciplined? Because I'm still learning to do that. I'm such a foodie, and it's like I kick myself every time I have first saw my stretch marks coming out to let others shine. And I think it's this quote. It's like you can light another candle, and the other one's still lit. It's like I kick myself every time I have to go to the gym. I'm like, damn it. So how do you like stay disciplined and just keep it going?
I try to look at the bigger picture, but I also think that, your lifestyle should be about longevity. I don't believe in those crash diets or being extreme.
Yeah,
If I want to have dessert or if I want to eat fried chicken, I'm going to do it.
it's like I kick myself every.
So in this video, she admits that she felt fat, she hated her stretch marks, and that just reminded me of like how young this girl is, because I remember like in middle school, I mean, she's not middle school age. She's grown. But in middle school, we had a sleepover, and one of the girls asked, "Do you guys have stretch marks?" And all the other girls said yes, and everybody was skinny. I was definitely the biggest one there, and I didn't have stretch marks. But everyone was so happy to realize that they weren't the only one. And I was like, I didn't even have stretch marks, but I was like, who cares? Like, you were insecure about that? And literally everyone has stretch marks. And I don't think I understood the big deal because I grew up in a nude family. Like, we're definitely all nudists. My older cousins were always naked. My mom was naked. My aunts, my grandmother, my great grandmother. Like, everyone, including me, was naked all the time. So, not one second did I ever feel uncomfortable with nudity. I've never really had any inhibitions. I've never really been insecure about anything except my breasts, because they're huge, and when they first started growing in, they just started growing down. Like, they immediately sagged, and I never had a perky moment, but I got over that when I started having sex. So that brings me to this. Chloe is probably definitely effing now. Sex makes us feel sexy, confident. We don't care about our insecurities anymore, or they go away. And I don't know. I could be wrong. She could have lost her virginity as a teenager, or she could still be a virgin. For all I know, I'm just speculating that she's becoming gradually more sexy, because one, she's getting, or not becoming more sexy, but she's showing it more. One, because she's getting older, and two, because she's getting it. Now let's move on to Tamar Braxton, another singer. To me, she has always seemed insecure, and I'm definitely a fan of her reality shows. And from the moment we met her, season 1 of Braxton Family Values, I always felt like she overcompensated by being overtly confident, letting everyone know how amazing she thinks she is, just to prove to herself that she is amazing. Like, you have to let everyone know and just say it all the time to prove it to yourself, not to us. Like, we don't care, but you have to do all that to prove it to yourself. Like, the extraness is needed for her own self-esteem. And then when she was on the talk show The Real, she announced that she has vitiligo. That's her childhood insecurity. She also admitted on The Real that she's been in abusive relationships as a youngin'. When she was like younger, she was in some abusive relationships, or maybe just one, but I'm sure that included verbal abuse. And for a long time, that relationship probably invalidated her sense of self-worth, self-esteem, and lowered her confidence. Then Tony introduced her to Vincent because she didn't like who Tamar was with, and Tamar found validation in that relationship. But from her reality TV shows, you can tell Tamar never felt secure in her beauty while she was in a relationship with Vince. She admitted on The Real that Vincent likes blonde white girls. So she wore blonde wigs through that whole relationship. And I'm sure Vince was attracted to Tamar, but it was her own insecurities. And clearly in her marriage, she never felt beautiful just by being herself. And then after Vince, Tamar decided to shave her head and be herself, which, you know, a lot of people do drastic different hairstyles when they go through a drastic change in life. And I think she just wanted to be done with the facade and the wigs. I do also think she has thin hair that doesn't grow very well, either because of her genetics or maybe from all the years of weaves, wigs, and sew-ins. Maybe it's both. But rest assured, I think Tamar flaunts her hair because she's once again showcasing something overconfidently to make up for the fact that it is an insecurity. But honestly, that's the best strategy to gain confidence. Whatever you don't like about yourself, embrace it. But anyways, back to Tamar. She then, after her relationship with Vince, after the relationship with Vince, she cut her hair off. And then she got into the next relationship with David. And I'm going to say, I think he just had some great sex in comparison to Vince. That's why she was so head over heels over this man. And I think he also was more attracted to her than Vince was attracted to her. So he probably made her feel really good, really let go of all those inhibitions, just totally feel like she could be her natural self. Here she is, bald and, getting bigger with this man. And you could tell because when she was with Vince, her hair always had to be right. Her clothes and her body had to be right. She always tried to be as perfect as possible in all aspects of her physical appearance and just kind of like in everything she did. And I think all of that pressure gave her a lot of anxiety. But she felt like she needed to do all that because she didn't feel, like her man wasn't giving her whatever she needed to feel completely confident. And then when she's in this relationship with David, she showed up on the Wendy Williams show. She gained weight. She wasn't wearing no outfit. She literally had on Spanx. She was bald. I mean, she was just completely liberated with that Nigerian penis rocking her world. And now that he's out the picture, she's back to getting fit. But from her life history, I think who she was in a relationship with held a lot of weight on her confidence. And now that she's single and healing, she has to do all this stuff, over showcasing how confident and happy she is with herself to prove to herself that without a man in the picture, she can be and is beautiful and confident. And I think that's a great strategy. I think what she's doing is, what many people should do when they want to get over insecurity. Just embrace it. Now, on another note, social media is a part of our world, and it'd be great if you can have no validation from social media and find that validation within, but it's not practical. And I think Tamar has a good balance of the places she's getting her validation from. I think she's a bad ASS MILF, and best wishes to her. Now, moving on to Lizzo. Now, Lizzo is a character, and I don't think she would have as much fame as she has if she weren't so naked. But in that, I do think she is truly being herself. Her image fits her music and personality. But since that's how she started getting most of the attention and fame, she keeps it up. But my question is society ever just going to let her be her multi-talented self and rock and roll without all the antics? I mean, yeah, she has fans, but it won't be as big as a deal as it is when she's naked and doing antics with her multi-talented self. But I don't think the antics are fake. I just think that the body positivity reveals some insecurities, which is what this podcast is about. I do think she's okay with it, but I'm just emphasizing that it's not her preference. She wants to lose weight, and it's hard. I support loving who you are today because continuing to grow to who you want to be is just a part of the journey. You are who you are today, and you're going to look similar to it tomorrow and for the next several days, and that's okay. We are always on a journey. We reach little goals and milestones, but are forever climbing. So if you're not happy about your state and where you are in your journey, you'll never be happy because we're always on our journey to somewhere. Big women do too much sometimes to get sexual attention because that's the only time they get positive, quote unquote, attention to make them feel good about themselves. And I've seen this all the time growing up, the whole Lizzo thing, big women doing a lot. I have a lot of friends like that. And it would be nice if Lizzo could go to a Lakers game in a regular sexy dress or outfit and get a lot of attention just being bad AF. But she's not bad AF. She has to go overboard, hence why she had her thong out in that dress. Or, she has to wear a bra and panty online. Lizzo may feel sexy in herself, and I'm sure many fine men would love to hit that. And I'm sure she's gotten, I'm not going to get into her sex life. But many men like all that juicy meat. And as that saying goes, apparently fat women vaginas feel like extra amazing or something. I don't know. I'm not a man. I never had sex with a big girl. So I'm sure sex has made her have less inhibitions and more confidence in her nude body, but she's not America's standards of naturally sexy. She doesn't exude sex on her own like a Drea Michelle, Rihanna, Chloe Bailey. Those women can wear a simple tight dress and be super, super sexy. Lizzo has to wear, if she wanted to wear a tight dress, she needs to plunge the neckline, cut the butt out, give it a slit on the side, and write "I like to F-U-C-K" on the front. Just to get some attention. And not only that, she has to sing, play the flute, dance, wear nothing. I mean, more than what the average sized woman would have to do in the industry to get their praises. Now, this isn't I'm not taking away from her talent. The world is, in my opinion. Society is. And I think it's great, awesome, cool, and encouraging that she can do and be all of that and sexy and a woman of body positivity. I think it's great to love yourself wherever you are in your journey. I'm happy that Lizzo has that. I'm happy that she's a successful woman. And I hope her talents continue to soar and be honored. I'm just pointing out the facts. All the body positivity reveals what? Insecurities. No, I just have to. I'm sorry. I have to bring race into this. I went to a HBCU. It is what it is. Are white people a part of this movement? Yes, they are. And not just white. When I say white, I mean white and other. White and other women are a part of the movement, but in the most uplifted way, as they are in everything in our country. They're models with semi-flat stomachs, not too many flaws, rolls, besides just being a bigger individual. Usually they're more proportionate and not sloppy looking. No shade to Lizzo, but she's one of the promoted big women that looks a little sloppy. I mean, it's hanging a little bit. Now, I'm not saying one is better than the other, one is bad or good to hang or not to hang. I'm just saying that's what it is. And the white or other promoted women look like quote-unquote healthy big women. They just so happen to be bigger individuals. Now, some black models do too, but I'm just saying there's overweight and there's obese. Now, as a side note, I do know people who qualify as obese that barely look overweight. And when you think of obese, you think of 600-pound life characters. So I'm not trying to classify any of these women. I don't know what their BMI is. Now, if you go on YouTube, there is body positivity promotion of white or other women who don't have these plus size model bodies with like a flat stomach and, all of that. And that's great. It's great that we're doing this body positivity thing. I'm just saying there's usually more class to it when it's white or other women. They don't have to be overtly sexual. And even if they are, they don't have to be. Many plus-size black women just do a bit too much, in my opinion. And that's not my main point. This is just a little piece I had to throw in because I always have to say stuff like that. And also, just as, responsibility of being a speaker in this space, I want to say black women are always at the highest rate of some type of health issue. So definitely just be as healthy as possible. Now, let's move on to the men aspect of this body positivity conversation. If you're listening and not watching, then I'm going to read this meme to you. It's a picture of a man on the left who's fit, fine, six-pack, muscular, football in hand, shirtless. And then there's a picture on the right with a really fat guy with like nothing on, just something covering his private part. And I got this picture from one of Chrissy's live streams. But anyway, it says, ladies, y'all gonna choose the man on the right because he's comfortable with his weight and promoting body positivity, right? I thought that was really funny. Honestly, let's talk about it. Men are not a part of the body positivity movement. I feel like they can be as big as they want. If you watch Chrissy's live, I mean, I don't even know what live it was, but in the live, a lot of women were saying they would date the man on the right, the really big guy. So, yeah, men can be as big as they want. If they have money, they can get any woman they want. And if they got good pipe, they can get a really nice girl. And if they have none of the above, I'm sure they can get somebody. Men just overall have the upper hand when it comes to dating and don't really need to worry about weight. Of course, men compete against each other, kind of, but more in terms of power and money than looks, you know? But my question is, like, are fat men confident? Are they insecure about it? Is it a health thing for them? So I basically called someone. I called a guy, got some information. He was once like 600 pounds literally, and now he's 290 something. He's under 300 pounds. He's really, really fit, really, really in shape, can run for miles and miles and miles. He's just, you know, it's going to take time to get all those pounds off, but like, he's fit. And basically what he was telling me is when a guy is younger, they want to, you know, build muscle and stuff and be muscular, or if they're fat, you know, lose weight and gain muscle because they want, you know, to be good in the competition for women. That's when they're younger. Like, literally, he meant like in high school. He said once men are out of high school, the whole weight loss journey or muscle gain journey is more for them to look strong, feel like they can protect their woman or their families and themselves, and, you know, their role in society is to just be the protector, and they don't want to feel weak when that's, you know, their natural role. And it's really for their own selves. If they're bigger, they want to lose weight for their own selves. They just want to, you know, be healthy. And I feel like that's why men don't stop. Like, once they're on a fitness journey, their fitness journey like kind of never ends. Sometimes women, we might get to, you know, our goal and we kind of like chill. Not that we let ourselves go, but we might, you know, work out less or, you know, gain like 5 pounds, then lose it back. And, you know, like, it's not like a continuous journey. Like, we kind of want to reach a goal. Men just, for me, from my opinion, and from the information that I've gathered, it seems like they just want to be healthy and strong as the men that they are. But when it comes to the competing against each other, no, that's power and money. Now, last but not least, this is the last transitional topic we're going to talk about, is the silhouette challenge. Okay, this man I follow on Instagram, who I had but no longer have a crush on, he posted this video of the silhouette challenge, and mostly this challenge has been done by women, but I have seen some women do it and then their man is in it, but they're like making out, or maybe she's grinding on him a little bit. That was a bit much. I'm sure people gonna start actually having sex like they did with the busted challenge, but baby, that was a lot, like way too much. I just want people to be careful, because allegedly pervs can like remove this filter and see what's good in that video, and I don't think anyone wants that. Now, the video I just showed you, I don't think either of them are insecure, but it's just one of the steps to when this challenge goes as far as to porn. Like, come on, what are we doing now? And right now, some regular women who aren't celebrities use this challenge for attention and validation to feel good from social media. Like I said earlier, there needs to be a balance of where you get your validation from. And because social media is so much a part of our society, yes, it's okay to get a little bit from it from there, a little bit of it from there, but you want to also have a balance of getting it from other places, and mainly internally. Many can look good in a silhouette challenge, and you can like kind of hide your flaws because like the lights are off, but it's promoted as body positivity, But once again, body positivity reveals your what? Insecurities. And don't let some perv remove the filter and then expose you. For instance, I have a friend who is a new mom. She's young, curvy, and definitely like a thick fat. Now, she's been skinny her whole life, but a very sexy body in my opinion. She was an athlete her whole high school and college career, mainly volleyball, so they do a lot of squats. But more recently, she's been posting sexy stuff, including this challenge, including her on the pole, just kind of like showing her post-baby bod off. And when she was like slim and sexy, she rarely posted super sexy stuff. So I definitely feel like she's doing this to, help build her confidence. And I think after a baby, while you're on your journey of losing weight, you feel really insecure because you have a whole new body that reacts differently to everything. You react to food differently. You react to exercise differently. The body is just completely changed. And in my opinion, she looks great. Like, my friend looks good, and she's going to continue to look better as she's, losing the excess weight. And it's a process. You need to be happy and confident wherever you are in the process, of course. So I get it, but just be very careful. You don't want someone, using this against you at some point in your life. Don't let social media be the only place you get validation from as well. And also remember, people who are doing, it seems like, everyone's doing this challenge. But like, celebrities their job is to be famous. Like, don't be someone trying to have a corporate career and you doing some extra stuff. Like, you know what I mean? And social media also feeds dopamine. So you don't want to get addicted and start showing more and more because society is promoting body positivity. That helps you feel better about your insecurities. Overall, to sum up this podcast, I want young women who may be insecure to know every human has stretch marks. Very few don't, but you grow, your skin stretches, it's okay. If you moisturize your whole entire life, you can actually probably prevent stretch marks, but like, that has to start from your parents. They have to be moisturizing you as a kid and teaching you to stay moisturized so that once you do start to grow, like in those preteen years, you don't get stretch marks. But be happy wherever you are in your journey. Love you for you. Don't get all of your validation from social media. Have a balance. Don't let these celebrities get you messed up in your job or anything else. Know that everyone has something they're insecure about, but everything doesn't have to be for social media. The inside is what matters the most. Be a beautiful person. I promote abstaining from sex until marriage, but I did mention a lot in this video that sex removes insecurities. So whatever insecurities you have, trust me, once you're married and getting it good, you won't have those insecurities anymore. And you won't need validation from social media because your mate will be the one giving that to you. And when you out here being single, messing around, you might get broken up with or break up with somebody, and you have to then turn elsewhere for that validation. And that elsewhere place might be another sex partner, might be social media, might be both, but either can lead to a whirlwind of troubles. Anyways, how did you guys like my 6th podcast? Best wishes to you. Hope you all are remaining safe and have a great day.